Governor.
I'm good.
When did I last see you?
I know, it's been a while.
Ready, sir?
See you again. Thank you. Long time no see.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here.
Let me begin by thanking everybody for being here. I want to thank all of the participants for being a part of this process. For those in the media joining us right now, this is going to be like it was when we had the earlier hearing here for the Texas Safety Commission. First, let me tell you that we just completed the second meeting of the Texas Safety Commission yesterday. Altogether, we have met for more than 10 hours. We've had very effective discussions about what challenges are, potential responses to those challenges. We're already in the process of developing strategies that the governor's office can undertake, that agencies in the state of Texas can undertake, as well as we have identified multiple legislative solutions that can be delivered that will both respond to the tragedy that took place in El Paso, as well as to addressing broader issues across the entire state of Texas to make sure that we keep our community safe and that we take all action possible to reduce the type of hate-filled mass terroristic shooting that we saw take place in El Paso. Today, we continue the process with a different approach. Today, we begin a process where we look at domestic terrorism from a broader perspective. El Paso is a catalyst for me convening this Domestic Terrorism Task Force. But the reason for the task force is broader than El Paso alone. We need to come to grips with the fact that there has been an increasing number and frequency of mass shootings as well as terroristic attacks. Just as a couple of examples. People can no doubt remember the shooting that took place in downtown Dallas just a couple of years ago with the attacker instilling terrorism among the people all across downtown Dallas, and especially the attack on law enforcement. People obviously remember shootings like what happened not just in El Paso, but other terroristic shootings. People need to remember what happened not long ago here in Austin, Texas, where we had the Austin bomber using bombing devices to kill people, but also to instill terrorism. And it wasn't just that long ago when there was a terroristic killing at Fort Hood, which I realize is on federal property, but still here in the state of Texas. The list, unfortunately, is too long for me to recount. The reality is that we as a state need to come to grips with this. We must begin with the process of deciding how we are going to identify what domestic terrorism is, and then begin to work on solutions toward it. This is a commission and organization and task force that is not going to meet once and be done. It's not going to meet a couple of times and be done. This is going to be an ongoing process until we can ensure that we are undertaking every strategy possible to make sure we do everything we can to undermine and to eradicate domestic terrorism in Texas. I look forward to visiting more with the members at the table here today, and we'll talk with you all later on.